Hello, this is a mini series I had a thought of, smoke and a chat. I'll just pick a topic and discuss it. This week's topic is music and what it means to you. So feel free to comment and say what it means to you. So I think to start off, I'll just describe what music I like. So for me, it's really, I started like everyone else, just classic radio, pop charts, music, stuff like that, just whatever was on, listening in the car on my way to school. And I think at that point I didn't really understand music that much. Like, I wasn't really that interested in it, or I didn't really have I wouldn't say profound, but I didn't really have any thoughts regarding music at that point because I was a bit young. But I think towards high school was when I first started to really explore music more and think about what it meant to me. And that's when I first started getting into more diverse aspects of music, I suppose. So like rock music, rap music, venturing more into like the metal side of stuff when I was younger. Obviously, like, teen angst and stuff, like more thoughts that you learn about as you get older. But really, I think that's where it first started, in high school. I think that's where most people's music adventure starts, really, more in high school. Or, well, if, like, obviously countries have their own versions of schooling and that, don't they? So, but yeah, I think that's where it started for me. Either way, off topic. When I first started getting into that sort of music, it was more of just a boost of energy and like the crowd that I was involved in. I think that's really where you find a lot of your friends in life, through music. Very common subject, it's easy to talk about as well. Everyone has their own opinions on music and what it means, so I thought that would be an interesting topic. But for me, the first band that really got me interested in music, surprisingly, even though I don't really listen to them anymore, was a band called Bullet for My Valentine, like rock metal group. And it was more like, I used to hang around with a lot of the smokers in school because none of the popular crowd, I didn't really get along with them that much, and it wasn't really my scene anyway. And I had a particular friend I don't speak to anymore, but he sort of got me into that sort of, more of that genre. And I got on my first iPod at the time as well, and my sister had downloaded all of her old music on it, and most of that was like emo-y rock music, so I didn't really have much else to listen to anyway. But yeah, I first heard the song Hand of Blood by them, and it was just mega different to everything else I'd listened to at the time, and not really like much else, even though now looking back at it, it's a lot of it's similar, but there is still the diverse artists that do different things. And I think that's one of the leading aspects of rock music in particular, and metal music, is there's always someone doing something different. But during school, like the later years, I had a lot of mental problems. Like, I had a bit of depression, anxiety over stuff like work and whether I was doing good enough, and like deadlines and all that sort of stuff, and obviously friends as well. I didn't really have many of them, but I had my own crowd, so I was alright, and I had people to talk to. But I started getting more into the emo side of music as well, like bands like Brand New and who else? Sort of, God, trying to think back now. It's been so long now. They were sort of the big band of my childhood, really. I know there've been issues surrounding them the last few years, but it never stopped me listening to the music because it was just embedded in me from a young age. So I feel like you can sort of learn to separate the artists from the music they actually produce, if you like that. Some people can't do it, but I think it depends on the situation, really. But I also listen to a band called My Chemical Romance a lot. I think that's typical, really, of like the emo scene. A lot of emos listen to that band, and rightfully so. They are like one of the leading pioneers of that genre. But yeah, music to me was sort of a release from everything else that was going on. Most of the time through high school, I would walk around with my headphones in, not really listening to anyone, and just vibing on my own, walking through the halls and stuff. And as I grew older, I started listening to more diverse music, and I started to venture into different genres and stuff. I got into pop a little bit again for a bit. I went through a bit of a rap phase as well. One of my best friends, who I'm friends with now, got me into a guy called Tyler the Creator. I remember when I first listened to him, I actually didn't really like his music, but I gave him another couple of tries, and after I'd listened to a few more of his songs, I actually started to see what his music actually offered, and sort of got more into him at that point. But he was quite an influence on me as well, in terms of like social justice and stuff, because he's got a lot to talk about in terms of that topic. Tyler's a very interesting guy himself. Anyway, he's tackled a lot of issues in his life, and I feel like he's one of the people who you can really listen to and understand. I studied music at college as well, so that gave me quite an insight into the different aspects of music as well, which was quite an eye opener for me personally. But yeah, I'd love to hear everyone else's opinion on it and how music got you through stuff. I know it got me through a lot. But yeah, I just thought this would be a nice little change to what I normally upload. And yeah, be interested to hear everyone else's opinion on it. And peace out.